Hello everyone and welcome to our webinar. Today's topic is oilfield tickets in RigER. So we will talk about oilfield tickets, how to schedule oilfield jobs, services, equipment rentals, communicate with field personnel, track hours, swap equipment, and many other transactions. We will show the difference between field tickets and rental tickets, discuss different situations where you can use them together, show how to schedule multi-day jobs, and much more. Now I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Dasha. I'm marketing coordinator, and I will be hosting this webinar for you today. You can follow us on social media to keep up to date with latest company news, events, and as well as industry updates. You can see all our social profiles on the screen now, so please just follow us on any you like. Let me introduce you our speakers today. You will learn everything about tickets from Arsen, our software consultant, and Indra, our user support lead. Just a quick overview of what we are going to discuss today during this webinar. First of all, we will be talking about oilfield jobs, their types and tickets for each type of the job. You will learn what are field tickets and rental tickets, and we will discuss each type of rental tickets in details. In the second part of our webinar, we will show you how to schedule oilfield jobs, what are periodic and multi-day jobs. Before we start, for those who don't know much about us, I would like to make a short introduction. So RigER is a flagship product of Belkasoft Corporation. We originated from Calgary, Alberta, and our mission and focus is to help small and medium-sized businesses throughout the industry to go paperless. We do provide customized solution, understanding and appreciating the differences in everyone's business, and our solution can be integrated with almost any popular oilfield software, so as it is extremely important nowadays to integrate with many different systems. So we do consider integrations to be a core differentiator of our system. So what is RigER as a product? It is a platform that has both cloud application, which you can access through a desktop, and it is fully supported by the mobile applications. Now we have a suite of mobile applications depending on the functions of your operations in the oilfield. So from general dispatch to the sales and operations and purchases, in order to make you able to do many different operations when you are in the field and connecting to your main cloud database throughout the internet. RigER also has a number of user-specific or sub-industry specific applications. They include rental equipment, distribution, downhole tool solution, waste management, flowback, and telecommunication tools management, and others. We have great news here now, and would like to say that we are extremely excited and proud to be a finalist for Oil and Gas Awards as a Consultancy of the Year 2019. So congratulations to the team, and let's keep up our outstanding work. Next, I wanted to show you some of the companies that we've been working and enjoying helping with the operations management. They vary in terms of the size and type of the equipment and focus of the operation. You can see some of them on your screen, maybe some you know, some you don't know. So they're quite different. And now I think we can start the webinar. So I will pass microphone to Arsen, and he will go deep into the what types of the oilfield jobs.
Yes, thank you, Dasha. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So let's start speaking about the oilfield jobs and the types of those. So you can, it probably won't be news for you that there are different types of jobs in oilfield, and you need to provide services, you need to provide different kind of equipment to the job. And for each job, like for the service provision, equipment delivery and return, the maintenance operations, the disposal operations, we have created a type of a ticket that will accommodate those features that are needed for that particular type of a job. So that will make the work for the dispatcher very easy, and the flow would be much more smoother. So let's first of all talk about the field ticket. Now, field ticket and rental tickets in RigER are two different entities. Whilst the field ticket is more oriented towards the service part, the rental tickets are more job type dependent. Let's talk about the field ticket first. As I said, it's more oriented towards the customer service. So we do have service information in the ticket. We also have the ability to track crew hours and the time. We have the ability to track consumables in the ticket, and we also have the safety checklists available if we need to use them. So let's dive into the tabs section of the field ticket and see what each tab represents. Now, as of right now, we can see the service tab, and in this tab, we actually include the services that we will need to provide to our client in the location. We can also add or build a package in this tab, so we do not really need to have every single time edit every single item in this tab line by line. Let's move to the materials tab, and this is the tab, as you can pretty much imagine, is the place where you would add the consumables that are needed for the job or for the service that is going to be provided. Moving forward, we've got the crew and the time tabs, two tabs that represent the time information that we will need to have for our current job in our ticket. So let's first talk about the time tab, which includes the actual start and end time for the job and the actual time in and time out in the location figures for the job. We also have the total mileage we can indicate here, and we can have the total and overtime hours figures in here also. Now, going back to the crew tab, you can see that we do have the option to add every single crew member that will need to be on the job to this list, and we can actually define the start and end time for their jobs and dates, and we can indicate the billable hours, their payable hours, per diems if necessary, and much more depending on the configuration of the database. Now, moving to the safety tab, as of in this screenshot, we do not actually have any inspection checklist, safety checklists enabled in the system or selected. But if we needed to select a pre-trip or a post-trip safety checklist or a JSA, the checklist template would look like something that you can see in the middle lower right part of your screen. So you have the options to select from the triggers, and that will be as a template selected for the pre-trip or a post-trip inspection, and you can add this to the field ticket itself. Last but not least, we'll move on to the comments tab, and this is consistent throughout all of our tickets. We have the external and internal comment separation in this tab. And you may already know the external comment intent is to have information that can be presented to the client on the print forms, meaning it's like a way of a communication with the client. And the internal comments field is the field where you would put notes, internal notes for the users of the RigER database. And this information will never be visible to any kind of a print form whatsoever. So on this note, let me pass the microphone to my colleague and the support lead of our team, to Indre Kringelite, who will talk about the rental tickets.
Thank you, Arsen. Hello, everyone. My name is Indra, and I'm a support technician here in RigER. And today I will introduce you with rental tickets in RigER. We have 5 different types of rental tickets in the system. Each of them is used for different purposes in your daily operations. And you can find in RigER these types of rental tickets as delivery, pickup, or in other words, return tickets, service, maintenance, and disposal rental tickets. Let's start with the rental ticket delivery. When you are generating rental ticket in RigER, you can select manually any type of tickets you require for the job. By default, the first rental ticket is automatically selected as delivery one. The purpose of rental ticket delivery is to move rental equipment from your yard, shop, or warehouse to client's location for the job. It's very important to select a correct document date and time in rental ticket, because by this rental ticket date, you will have a list of rental equipment which is available at that time for dispatch. If you change the date and time of rental tickets, the list of available for selection rental equipment will be changed accordingly. In rental ticket delivery, you can add all rental equipment, what you are delivering to the client's location for the job. And also you can add all services which will be providing during or together with the delivery, for example, such as equipment delivery charge and etc. In the next slide, the next rental ticket type I would like to speak about is rental ticket return. The purpose of rental ticket return is to return rental equipment from client's location to your yard, shop, or warehouse. Same as in rental ticket delivery, it is very important to set the correct document date and time, because a list of available equipment to select for return depends on document date and time. Also, in this ticket, you can add equipment for return, services related with return, and additional fees, and so on. In all tickets, you have an option to add internal or external comments, and internal comments would be seen only in RigER system for the users, and external comments are printed on ticket print forms and can be seen for clients. The third type of rental tickets is rental ticket service. The purpose of rental ticket service is to provide services for rental equipment on client's location. You can add all services and use parts, materials for provided services on the client's location for equipment. In the next slide, you can see that rental ticket service allows you to deliver or return equipment if it's needed. For example, if you noticed that some equipment is broken and has to be switched, or if you need to deliver some additional equipment for the job together with services, you can use this ticket. So the fourth rental ticket type, what I would like to show you, is dedicated for maintenance. The purpose of rental ticket maintenance is to provide maintenance for rental equipment on client's location. The difference from other rental tickets is that maintenance ticket is based on maintenance template. Some like previous tickets, you can add all provided services and parts for the particular job. Also, you can select a rental unit and unit numbers for which the maintenance was done. Like as you can see in this slide, you can notice a maintenance template. It is predefined list of services which should be provided and parts which should be used for particular equipment during the maintenance. You can set as many different maintenance templates in the system as you need for the jobs. And the last type of rental ticket in RigER is rental ticket disposal. The purpose of rental ticket disposal is to swap rental equipment and provide disposal services for rental equipment on client's location. You can list disposal services in this ticket in disposal tab, and this ticket is designed particularly for unit swapping and disposal operations. In the next slide, you can see how easily you can select which equipment you are returning and which equipment you are delivering to the client's location. So it's easy to select for the swapping units. And as you could notice, actually both service ticket and disposal ticket has abilities to deliver and return equipment. For example, some clients use service ticket for swapping equipment on clients' locations too. But I would like to mention the main difference between service ticket and disposal ticket. So in this slide, you can see how RigER system treats rental periods when equipment is swapped and any of these two rental tickets is used. When you use rental ticket type service for swapping equipment on client's location, on the day of swap, system sees as two units were deployed on client's location. One unit was deployed and returned. Another unit was delivered and deployed. Each unit is registered with own rental period in the system. In this way, when you generate rental invoice, system double charges for this day for this rental equipment. But when you use rental ticket type disposal for unit swap on client's location, system recognize it as a swap and keeps the original rental period instead as two separate rental periods for returned and delivered units. In this way, system does not double charge on the swap day. As I mentioned before, rental ticket disposal is designed particularly for disposal operations or unit swaps on client's location. And these are the 5 rental ticket types we have in RigER for different operations.
So now, if you have any questions, you can ask us through a QA form or through the chat, whichever you want. And I actually have the first question. It is, what is the difference between field tickets and service tickets?
Okay, so speaking about the field tickets and the service tickets, the main difference, both of them utilize mainly the same functionality, but the main difference between those two would be that in the field ticket, you do not have the ability to track the actual rental equipment that you have in the location. Whilst on the service ticket, you do have to include the services as a mandatory part of the ticket, but you can also include rental equipment and track that equipment using that ticket.
Okay, thank you, Arsen. I actually have one more question from John. Thank you, John. So the question is, can we have multiple tickets in one job?
Yes, I will answer this question. Yes, you can have as many different type of rental tickets in one job as you need. So you can have multiple delivery tickets, you can have multiple return tickets and different types in one job.
Okay, thank you. So no more questions for now. I think we can go further.
Okay, yes, so let's start speaking about the scheduling of the jobs. Now, in many cases, in many operation types of different companies, we will see that most of them do have consistent and recurring jobs on the field, and the job can actually last from, let's say, a week to a year, and during that time period it's not unusual to see the same type of a job repeating over and over. So to accommodate this feature in the RigER system, we do have actually implemented a scheduling mechanism that will allow us to run different types of schedules on different types of rental tickets and field tickets. So let's speak first about the periodic jobs and the scheduling of those. These jobs are mostly scheduled in the rental ticket type service, and when we open the ticket itself, there is a link called schedule, as you can see in the selected red rectangle. Now, when you click on that link, this will open a window which will allow you to define and select the pattern upon which, using which you want your job to be scheduled for recurrence. Now, in this example, it's selected weekly at 9 a.m. every single Wednesday and Friday. So when I click OK, this schedule pattern will be selected for this ticket. Now, when I go to the next slide, you can see the rental tickets list. And actually right now I have selected my rental ticket type service that we just created the schedule pattern for. So when I click on the schedule button, this will pop up a window and allow me to choose for how often or until which date I need to have the recurrence. So I can select either for the week, for the month ongoing, or I can define a date until which that service I need to have reoccurred using the pattern that we have defined inside the service ticket. And I just click on the generate, and this will generate all the applicable service tickets for me to have the schedule present in the system and not do anything manually. So you can imagine that this process pretty much eases the life of the dispatcher and the field technician, so they do not really have to remember anything or to do a manual work. Everything is basically done in an automated fashion. Now let's talk about the multi-day jobs. Let's say we do not need a pattern. We just need to repeat every single job every single day. Now for that instance, we do have the field ticket scheduling option, the multi-day scheduling option. And when you open the field tickets list, you can see there is a continue job button. Now when you click on the single ticket, doesn't matter if that ticket is selected or not. When you click on the selected ticket, you can click on the continue job and define the schedule recurrence pattern, meaning the days, for how many days you need to have this ticket basically set copied. Or you can define till what day do you need to have this job to be recurred. So you just set the date and click on generate, and the field ticket itself is copied and distributed upon the date selected. So again, an automation that is still live for the dispatcher and for the whole job actually. So mainly this is everything we do have about the scheduling to tell today. So let's move on to the next question and answer section.
Okay, we have one more question. Can you make partial return of equipment?
Yes, the short answer is yes, and the long answer is absolutely yes, because when you generate a rental ticket type return, you can select the pieces of the actual pieces and the actual unit numbers of the equipment that you need to return, and you can leave the rest on the location. Because in most cases, we can see that we have ongoing jobs and we do not actually deliver and return most of our equipment or all of our equipment at the same time. We deliver and return, and those tickets can be, I mean, we can use limitless tickets, and we can do several tickets of type return and return several pieces of equipment on different bases sometimes. So yes.
Thank you. Let's see if we have some more questions. So is the service ticket the only one with a schedule option?
Well, no. The service ticket, well, depending on the type of a schedule, if we are speaking about the multi-day jobs, no, the field ticket also has that option. And if we're talking about the periodic pattern selection for the scheduling job option, the service ticket and the disposal ticket have that option. And depending on the database configuration, the maintenance ticket also can have that scheduling option. And again, I just want to reiterate that the maintenance scheduling is dependent on the database configuration. So the service, the disposal, the field ticket, obviously, and sometimes in some cases, the maintenance ticket.
Okay, thank you. And I don't think we have any more questions for today. So thank you everybody for your time and attention. Please join us next week for our next webinar. It will be about rental fleet management. And if you have any questions, you can always contact us by email or visiting our site. You can book your personalized demo by visiting site RigER.us. And stay tuned and have a great day.
Yeah, have a good day, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.